Yeah. So speaking of Southern,
Roll right
they got a tricky one this week. Texas Southern comes on into Mumford. Now, last year, Texas Southern put a goose egg on Jackson, on the Jags.
Yeah.
They beat them 24-0. Now, there's no Andrew Body, but they do have Jace Wilson, who's now developing a little bit of confidence. But the key thing now is you got this guy, Ladarius Owens, for Texas Southern, who leads the SWAC in rushing. And he was the only guy to put 100 yards rushing on FAMU all season.
Yep.
The only one. And he did it on 19 carries. So, now on the other side with Southern, man, they ain't been able to run that ball. Mm-mm. They have not been able to run that ball. And then Harold Blood has not been able to get any passing. Now, the last couple of weeks, they've been able to kind of just ease by. They had to ease by. They had the game where they shut out Pine Bluff. That was workmanlike. They had the breeze. Basically, it was a bye week for homecoming.
Yeah.
And then last week, it was a very wow. It was. I'm just gonna call it what it was. It was a stinker effort, man. When they went there and played Bethune-Cookman. That was a game that you would think that they should have basically manhandled those guys, and they didn't. And they let Bethune-Cookman stay in the game a lot longer than they should have. Now, this game, I think, defensively, something's going to have to give because Texas Southern leads the SWAC in total rushing. And then on the other side, Southern leads the SWAC in rush defense.
Yeah.
So something has to give there. But in passing now, both of them are rather pedestrian in passing. Jace has been getting good, been getting better and better and better. In that first half against FAMU, I watched that whole first half and I looked at how they were shifting, they were moving guys around. Quay Davis was getting the ball. I mean, he was moving that ball around. In the second half, we know what happened with FAMU. Yeah. They made the adjustments. So this game right here for Southern, this is a huge opportunity for you. Because if you want to get back to the SWAC championship, this is a game you have to have. Forget looking at the ones that are coming ahead with Southern, with Alcorn, with Prairie View, and also the big one at the end with Grambling. Forget it. If you want to go to the SWAC championship, your season starts Saturday.
Yep.
And I think that Southern is going to do just enough in a low-scoring game. I'm going Southern 21-14.
Listen, we must have sat down. It's like we sat down and talked about it, but we really didn't. Because I got pretty much the same sentiments. I think this is a trap game for Southern. I think it's a trap game. Mm-hmm. I think, I see a lot of their fans on Facebook talking about, I love going to Lorman next week. Gee, we got a big time game coming up. Gee, we can't wait to get there. We're going to beat Tom. Like, you got to play Texas Southern.
That's right.
And the one thing I like to look at is Texas Southern, they lost last week, but their offense got some confidence.
Yes, it did.
They ended up losing in the second half, but their offense was able to move the ball. They got some good tape on how to move the ball on probably the best defense in the SWAC. Mm-hmm. So they got some confidence, and now they're coming to a Southern team where they feel like, no, they can beat them. They feel like they can beat them, and I feel like Southern may be overlooking them. So I think Southern squeezes it out at the end. I'm going to go 24-20. Southern wins it. But I think it's going to be it's a trap game that you could see Texas Southern stealing if Southern not locked in already.
Yeah, and you know what? Real talk, man. I think a lot of Southern fans that are really knowledgeable, I think they know that they got to come with it.
Yeah.
This is not one of those moments where you can just sit there and trash talk your way through it. You ain't going to be able to trash talk your way through a game like this because Texas Southern, especially where they sit in the standings, they've got nothing to lose because, this is pretty much it for them. They have to win out and then get a lot of help. So they're going to lay it all out on the line. And but I think that they're going to come up just short. I think that the fact that this game is being played in Mumford. Now, if it was being played in Houston, maybe I'd see it a different way. But I think that they make just enough plays, man. Yeah. Just enough.
And to Southern, y'all keep them goddamn lights on, Southern. Don't go turn the lights off this week. Y'all keep the goddamn lights on. Let me go cut the damn lights on this week. But
Jeffrey Glover. You asked, didn't Texas Southern? Yes, they did. It was 24-0 there in Arlington.
Yep, 24-0. 24-0. They got him. They got him 24-0. So I think Southern comes out with a chip on his shoulder just to pull out in the end. But I think Texas Southern got some momentum last week the way they played. They lost in the end now. But I think the offense got flowing. Coy Davis got flowing. And that Owens kid, he's been
tough,
balling.
Man.
He's been balling. And he's a return specialist too.
Yeah.
Return specialist. He can run the ball. He may be playing the best in the running back position this year.
Yeah, and then the other thing, besides the fact that he's an all-purpose guy, he also can catch the ball out of the backfield. They were throwing him the ball, so he's a guy that you have to put on him, because everything is going to start with him. And of course, you got those big receivers. But I think Southern's corners, I think, are good enough to. I'm not going to say they're going to stop them. I think they're good enough to contain them. So low scoring game, man. I'm excited about that game. That's a good game there.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. Wish I could watch. Wish I could be there to watch it, but I can't. I gotta go watch my boys.
Yeah. So now the next one.